Hi everyone, it's Di here from Diane and welcome to our first video for February. Wow, that month went quick, didn't it? So here we are with our first project, and this week it's called, I don't know what it's called. Got the piece of paper under here. That was a bit silly, wasn't it? It's called a multi-layered card. Now this one I did for my colour creation because this is Orchid Oasis and I really love it, but I know some of you like a larger card, so what I'm going to do this week is I'm going to make the one, this project again, in a 7x5, and on the project sheet, you know, the tutorial sheet that I make, it will have both sizes, so you can pick and choose which size you want, because I think that would just be great, you know. I mean, it's not like you need me to show you the same card over. Oh, look at that, I've got a G mark on there. Anyway, so this was, as I say, was my project for Orchid Oasis, and it's a tent card. So we're going to do this again as a 7x5 version. So let me pop that out of the way, and I'm going to show you what we're going to be using, and it's all new. So, and I'm going to do it in black and white. So I'm using this bundle. Hey, this bundle does also come with some gems that stick on, but they're not the right colour for what I wanted to use for that, so I'm going to just not use them. Okay, so we're going to be using Rockstar, and we're going to be using this one that says have a rock and roll birthday, this microphone, the guitar, and thanks for being an icon, which will be on the front of the card. This set comes with this lovely set of dies, and we're going to be using this die here, which is the large plectrum, in case anybody didn't know what it was, and this one here, which is the one for this, which I've already done because I stamped this on black and silver embossed it. So that's what we're using out of this set here. Let me get all that back in there. I've got to get some more magnetic sheets so I can pop that on the inside of my thing, my case. And this is the paper that comes with it. Now it's all black and white, but it's, if I can get hold of the paper rather than the thing, it's really lovely. It's got this lovely paper with guitars on it, and the other side is like this here. Then this one looks a bit, to me, looks like a bit like paint, the first layer of paint, and then like a funny dots. I like this one, and this one is really nice. It's like squiggles all over it. Then we've got the one with the speakers and the turntable, cassettes, and all stuff like that. So it's to do with music, and then it's like a marble finish on the back. That's nice. This one, nice stripy one, and another marbly one on the back, which will make lovely cards for me. And that's that other one, which is like that. And then this one looks like it's been pasted on, and it's checker on the back. So that's the paper that comes with it. It's really nice and manly. So let's see if I can get that back in there at the moment. Okay, so let's pop these on the side, and we'll show you what we need for this. Don't you dare fall on the floor. That's better. Okay, so I've used a piece of card. This was my scrap piece, which was about 4x3, just to do my microphone, which I've actually done, which I silver embossed that, so, and then cut that out. So that came out of that scrap piece of paper. And then I just used another piece of scrap to do my white plectrum, which we're going to edge with some black memento in a moment. So those two pieces are there. So for my card itself, now in my version, my tutorial, I'm going to put a layer for the inside and put there if you wish, optional. But I haven't put that in here because it just didn't need it, and I won't be putting it in this one. So you're going to need a piece of card that measures 7x5 and 7.5x5. Now that makes the main card. For the insert, you're going to need a piece that measures 6 3/4 by 4 3/4. And if you're putting that extra layer, which I'm not because I'm doing black on white, you would need another piece that measures 6.5 by 4.5. But that's I've got a spider on my desk. Okay, for my front of my card, my first layer is 6 3/4 by 4 3/4. Then my second layer is 5 3/4 by 3 3/4. And my third layer is 5 1/2 by 3 1/2. Then my DSP layer is 3 1/2 wide by 2 1/2 inch deep. Now I've just cut that a tiny bit over so that I can put that on there and then trim it off. Now if you've got a directional paper, you must make sure that you've got this as a landscape at the 3 1/2 cross. Okay, next layer is 1 1/2 by 5, and then the next layer is 1 1/4 by 4 3/4. Then we've got our plectrum, or in this case I'd put a circle on there, which is about 3 inches, which is what this is about 3 inches, which is going to go on here like so, and then obviously this bit's going to go on the top of it. So let's start with pulling all of those bits out and doing a little bit of scoring that we have to do. So let's bring my scoreboard in, and we're going to score our 7 1/2 inch piece of black card at the 7 inch mark. We're using the small end. Oops, I'm having a bit of a funny old day here today. Okay, so once we've done that, we can then give that a nice fold and burnish, and we can glue those two pieces of card together. Now we're going to glue them together so that this is on the back, so that the larger piece is on the front. And the reason for that is because when you've got your insert in, you won't see it because it will be covered. Now I'm going to put a bit of glue on there, so let's see if this is going to come out. Yes, beautiful. So we've got a very warm day here today. So I'm going to place that onto there like so. Let's lay that down flat. Pop that one on the top, making sure that it's lined up both sides here and level across the top, which you can't see very well being black. Sorry. Once I'm happy with that, I'm going to just push that down. You can't see that in there, but I'm going to use that for my front of the card. That way when I put my layer in here, it's even more obscured. Okay, for my front layer 1, which is a 6 3/4 by 4 3/4, we're just going to pop that onto the card. Now this doesn't look like it's sitting straight here. Let me just see this. Yep, I'm going to give that another burnish across. That's better. So we're going to pop this one on as is. I'm having trouble seeing anything today. I haven't got my glasses on. That's probably what it is, and I didn't feel like going back indoors to get them. Not that I need them for crafting. It's just the fine little bits of, like seeing that glue or white on white. That's my first layer. So my second layer here, I'm going to actually put on my fourth layer to my third layer first, just so that I can trim that piece off the edge there after. And you want this to be, I'm going to put this saying here, so I need this to be above that saying, where that's going to go. So about an inch or so from the bottom here. There's no right or wrong on that one. And once I've done that, I'm going to trim that tiny bit off along that edge. If you're like me and sometimes you can't seem to get two pieces that are supposed to be the same close, it's always better to do it the next layer that's the same a little bit bigger and just trim that tiny bit off. Oops. So now we're going to put layer 3 and 4 onto layer 2. Oops, sorry, something fell on the floor just then. Okay, and then we're going to then glue this one to layer 1, centralising it on the card. Now I should have probably stamped this before I pop this on the card, but never mind, we will stamp that now. So we're going to stamp our thanks for being an icon in this corner here. There we go. How beautiful does that look? Alright, so we've done that, and actually while I've got this open, what I'm going to do is, and I've got ink all over my fingers, is I'm going to run this through here, and if I get a little bit like I have there that goes into it, I'm not really worried, because it's just going to make it look a little bit better. See how it fell? But it doesn't matter, because that's good. You get all that little bit of on the edges, like a really used plectrum. Okay, so we've got our plectrum done. Let's close that up for a second, and we're going to glue layers 5 and 6 together. Don't want to get that, if I've got black on my fingers, onto the white card. And we're going to pop this up onto some dimensionals so that it sits just here. So this is going to be a little bit higher than where I would have originally wanted it, but that's fine. Oops. Let's throw them in the bin. I'm having a bit of a thingy day today, aren't I? Oh, I didn't put that on very straight, did I? Never mind. That's okay. Popping that onto there like so. And then this one's going to sit on top here like this. So I'm going to put nothing on that side, but along this side here we're going to put our dimensionals. Sorry. I keep getting told about that. It's dimensionals, not dimensions. Okay. And I'm going to put it so that you can still see the designer series paper underneath. Then this is going to go on the top like this, and I'm going to pop this up on dimensionals as well. So I'm going to use some of these small ones here for down this piece, and then the larger ones here. Okay, and we're going to pop him onto the top of that like that. Oh wow, doesn't that look lovely? Now I've got these lovely black rhinestones. They're from a few years back, but we're going to use them to put on our piece here, and I'm going to use the larger ones here. So I'm going to put, I think I'm going to put 4, because these are smaller than the ones, you know, because I've got a bigger piece of card. Oops. but I don't like an uneven number, so let's pop one up here. That looks better. I mean, I don't like an even number. So that's the front of the card. So let's bring in our insert, and we are going to do our stamping for our insert. Now, as I say, everything's in black and white, so we're going to pop in our rock and roll birthday. Have a rock and roll birthday, like so. And then I need a piece of scrap. Woohoo, scrap. This will do. This will do, because I'm going to do it this way. Some of these guitars in the corners, like so. Let's pop one in this corner, but the opposite part of it. Yep. Okie dokie. And then we're just going to pop some nice zigzags so that it looks like music is really playing out of this. Oh, I do like the way that looks with the guitar at the top and bottom, and that looks like it's yelling at you, doesn't it? Okay, let's pop that onto the inside of the card. Let's turn that over and put that onto the inside of the card. Let's move them up there so they don't get... And now you can see that you won't see that insert at all. I'll turn that over and squish that down so that we don't, if the ink's just a tiny little bit damp, it's not going to smudge. And that's our card. Well, what do you think? I think I might even put, what do you think if I put one of them on there? Yeah, I think that looks good. Put one this side too. Like it's coming that way. That's great. Look at that. Oh, I love it. Love it, love it, love it. I'm happy with black and white. And it's a man's card, and it's so smart looking. So what do you think? I think I like the larger size in this card. This is a 7x5, and the other one is a regular 5 7/8 by 4 1/8 size card, which goes into a regular envelope. They both lay flat enough to post, and the written tutorial will have the sizes of both because the layout is exactly the same. So I hope you've enjoyed today's project. If you have, please give me a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel so that you don't miss other projects. If you would like the written tutorial for this, please head down the bottom here and you will find the written tutorial on my Facebook group page called Diane for Stamping, Crafting and Tutorials. It's a free download, but you do have to join the group to be able to download those. And you do have to answer the question. If you don't answer the question on the group page, you will not be accepted, unfortunately, because I've had so many people that come in and all they want is just that one, and then they take that and go. And that's fine if that's what you want to do, but if you haven't got the decency to answer my question for me, then, you know, I don't think that's a very nice thing to do. So I'm just letting you know in advance, and if you've enjoyed this, as I say, and you like my rules, then I will see you in my Facebook group. Bye for now.